All right, today I am reviewing another break-in product. This one is the bag butter by Buffalo Boards. I've had this for a while. I've been wanting to do this review, but I wanted to wait until I had a set of bags from Buffalo. I felt like it was only appropriate to use one of their bags to break in and do a review on their product. Recently picked up a set of these Furies. Look for a review of this coming soon. These bags are very, very stiff. I almost can't get them on there. I mean, you can see there's no very little movement, very little bend. I mean, it's a very stiff initially. Now these will soften up quite a bit. This material, this herringbone carpet will definitely soften up. It's the way that Buffalo backs this. They don't use a backing material like other companies traditionally do. I think they spray or coat the inside of this material with something, which means when they're brand new, it's very, very stiff. You need to do something to loosen up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a review. I'm gonna break them in with the bag butter. One thing I will say is I almost didn't do this video because Buffalo actually put out their own video, the how-to video using this product, not that long ago. I'll put a link in the description for you. Go watch that video. They follow the step-by-step instructions that Buffalo gives you for this. What I'm about to show you is the process that I use. I've tried some different ways, and I found a way that the bags turn out the way I like them. I am in no way saying my way is better than what Buffalo does. By no way, I'm just trying to give you another option. So try my way, try it their way, see which way you like. You might like their process better. You might like mine better. You might find it out. You might combine the two and come up with your own process. It doesn't matter. But I wanted to go ahead and show you how I use the bag butter to break in bags. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to soak these bags for about 5-10 minutes in some hot water, warm to hot water, just to kind of loosen the materials up before I apply the bag butter there. So here we go. All right, so these bags have soaked for about 5 minutes in some hot water, kind of loosen up a little bit. I drained as much of the water out as I could. They're still a little damp, which is fine. Now, the first process I use with this is I apply a little, like a pea-size amount, not a lot. The first few times you use this, you're going to use way more than you need. The bottle isn't going to last as long. After you've used it a few times, you'll learn that you actually can use less than you think you need to. But I actually apply just a pea-size amount. You know, it's not a lot. I don't know how we can see this. It's not a lot. I'm applying that to the front and to the back. In other words, I'm gonna massage this in over the entire bag. I want the entire bag to get covered. The main thing you want to focus on is the edges and the seams, the stitching. That's the stiffer part. But I like to apply it to the whole bag because I find new bags kind of have a waxy feel sometimes, a little different feel because of the ink process. I find when I apply the bag butter across the entire bag, it helps eliminate that. It takes that feel out. It softens the entire bag up, which I really like. But you want to put a lot of focus on the stitching and especially the top seam. That's the stiffest part of the bags. That's where you really want to break that down. So really put a lot of time massaging that bag butter into the edges and around the seams of the bag and get it all in. And then I massage it throughout the whole bag. I want to really get the bag butter into the material as best I can. And you can immediately start feeling the bag loosen up. I mean, this material is very stiff, but now that I've started putting it in there, I mean, you can see now that bag is really starting to, I mean, it's not where I want it to be, but compared to where it first was, it's way better. It's already starting to soften up quite a bit. And then I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to all 4 of these bags. Okay, just to speed things up, I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through the rest of the process. I'll keep playing it as I go through it here. Backtrack a little bit and just to walk you through the process. When I first get these bags, first thing I do is soak them in warm to hot water for about 5 minutes, just to get them wet, soften them up, drain the water out, and then I apply the bag butter, and it doesn't take much, just a small pea-size amount to both sides of the bag, and you're gonna massage it in. After I apply the bag butter, I'm gonna leave it sit in the sink, no water, dry, for about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Just let it set with the bag butter on it. Then I come in after that, turn the water on, fill the sink up with some warm to hot water, and I drop the bags in. I'm not rinsing the bags off. I leave that bag butter on there. Then I drop the bags in the water. Again, rule of thumb, if the water's too hot for my hands, too hot for the bag. So as hot as I can get it, but still I can put my hands in and leave my hands in and not burn my hands, right? I'm gonna then soak the bags with the bag butter on them for about another 30-ish minutes or so in there. Then when I'm done with that, I come in, I drain the water out, and here's the key. You've got to make sure you thoroughly rinse these bags. Rinse these bags really well. You do not want to leave any residue of this product in the bag, so make sure you rinse them really good, get them clean. One thing I do just to ensure that I've rinsed them sometimes is I will sometimes apply some Dawn dish soap afterwards. If I feel like I'm not getting it all out of there, plus sometimes just to soap them up and then rinse that and get that out of there. Another thing I would do from time to time is I will throw them in the wash machine. Run through just a quick wash cycle just to make sure I get all of this bag butter out of the bag before I dry them. I will say my washing is a top load without the center agitator, so I don't have to worry about the bags getting snagged. If you have a center agitator, you want to put these bags in a mesh laundry bag or a pillowcase or something. You don't want this bag to get pinched between the agitator and the washing machine drum. It'll pinch it and snag it, and it can damage the bag. So be careful of that if you're going to put it in the washing machine with a center agitator in it. And then after I've washed them or rinsed them up, done, whatever it is, then I throw them in the dryer, low heat for about an hour. And then they should, within an hour, I also make sure I put a towel. If you don't put a towel in the dryer with it, sometimes the bags don't tumble like you want them to. You want them because as they're drying, I want the dryer to dry them, but I also want the tumbling process. So the tumbling process does help start to break in the resin inside the bag as well. And so I go through that, get them about an hour in the dryer on low heat. If I want to tumble them more after that, I'll put it on no heat and just keep tumbling them if I want to get some more break into the resin. But after I've done that, these bags are a lot, and these bags are not super floppy. But you'll see here from the initial video where the bag was almost perfectly flat, had no bend whatsoever to it. You can now see there's some flop in this bag. They feel great. This stuff, it really does a great job of softening the bags. I love the bag butter. The cons of this product, I will say for you, is the amount of time, the labor it takes to put into this. It's much easier to do another product where you can just soak bags and walk away and leave them. There is some investment time where you've got to apply the bag butter. There's some steps you got to take. It requires attention to it. And you kind of, for me, I set a timer on my phone. I'll let them soak, set a timer, apply the bag butter, let them sit, apply the timer, then put them in the water, set a timer, and then I throw the rinse or the wash and then the dry, sort of like that. But it's a time investment, a little more labor intensive than some of the other products out there. Cost-wise on this bag butter, they have two sizes. This is the 2 ounce and they have a 4 ounce. The 2 ounce is $13. The 4 ounce is $22. This is the 2 ounce bottle. Like I said, I can get 4 sets of bags done with this 2 ounce, probably maybe up to 5 sets with this. So a 4 ounce, you're probably getting 10 sets, maybe 12 sets, depending, somewhere in that range. Effectiveness, it works wonders. I love the way it works. It's really a wonderful product. I've used it. So this is my 3rd or 4th bottle of bag butter. I will, anytime I buy a set of Buffalo bags, I break them in with their bag butter, just because it's their product, it's their bags. I tend to try to use the manufacturer's product to break in the bags if they have a product they offer. I just feel like if this is what they designed for their bags, then if I have any issues with the bags, they can't blame it on the break-in process, right? Not saying that Buffalo's got one of the best customer service out there. I don't think that would ever be an issue, but I just like to use the product they offer, so that's why I use the bag butter with theirs. But I've used it on other bags as well, had a ton of success with it. I do like it. It's definitely a product that I usually keep on hand for breaking in bags. It does a wonderful job, and like I said, these bags were super stiff, really scratchy, had very little flop to whatsoever, and now they're really soft. Both sides super soft. They feel great. Love the way it works. I do recommend the bag butter, especially if you're buying Buffalo bags. If you order a set of bags, throw this on. BuffaloBoards.com is the website. Just throw this into the shopping cart. You buy a set of bags. A 2 ounce bottle, $13. 4 or 5 sets of bags you can get out of that, so it'll last you for a little bit. Well worth it. I highly recommend it. Check out the bag butter. If you've used it, I'd love to hear your comments, your feedbacks, whether you like it, don't like. Maybe if your process is different than mine, I'd love to hear your process as well. Again, go check out the Buffalo video they put out there, the process they use. I recommend trying theirs as well as mine. You can see which one works best for you. I thank you guys so much for support, and I thank you for watching.